How is everyone doing this morning? I hope that your morning is off to a wonderful, fantastic start. If this is your first time here, hi, my name is Carrington. Not your first time here, hi, welcome back. If you enjoy all things makeup, definitely go ahead, hit that subscribe button, click the little bell so you can be notified of all my future uploads and so you can join this dumpster fire of a family. And let's go ahead and let's dive on into today's video. Okay, so there are some new makeup products that I purchased that I wanted to test. Guys, I have so much makeup to like test out and try. It's a little bit overwhelming and I have more on the way. So I think I'm going to try like a 2-week no buy where I'm just not going to buy anything. So first of all, I do want to say I did order this Yummy Skin Blurring Balm Powder from Danessa Myricks. I so badly want to try this. I have not had a lot of success with her products. So what I will say is I really wanted to try this today, but I am going out of town. I actually have a ton of errands to run. I need to look nice for the dinner that we're going to tonight. So I don't want to look awful. So I won't be trying that. I do have the Supreme Mauves. I've heard bad things about this. And again, I don't want to be going somewhere looking like I got shot or something, you know, I don't know. So I will be diving into this. I plan on, if it's not up this week, then it will definitely be up next week where I'm trying out some of these products. I also have bought these Huda Beauty Color Block. I bought both of them. This is the orange and purple block, and then we have the blue and green. I will definitely be testing those out as well. I've got some new Ulta makeup. I've got just tons of makeup, so we will definitely be reviewing some more products, but just know I'm trying to get through as much as I can to make sure that we are testing out as much as humanly possible. So what are we testing out today? Good question. So first off, I have this Glow Wish Luminous Pressed Powder. And then I have one of the Glow Wish Cheeks. This is in Healthy Peach. So basically, I got this Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk Foundation. I hear literally every single person under the Tuscan sun rave about this foundation. So I was like, I need to try that. And so with this bundle deal, you basically buy the foundation. You get one of the Lip Maestro Intense Velvet Color in shade 103. Try that, and then you get a little sample of like a mascara. So we have those. Just in the event maybe like the lip option isn't really going to go, I did purchase 3 more of the Bridgerton 2 Pat McGrath collection. And then I do have this Norvina palette that I want to dive into. Also, we have these Dior lip tints. I don't really want to go for like a tint based on like what I'm wearing, hair, things like that. I definitely want a more intense type look. So we do have the Norvina Volume 6 palette. This is absolutely like so beautiful. And then you have like this on the inside. I love that so much. So we're definitely going to be playing around with that. We have a lot to test out. So if you guys are excited to see what I think of these products, things like that, then definitely keep on watching. So first off, we have this palette right here. I always start with my eyes. My eyes are already primed. But here we are with the palette. It has a really nice big size mirror in here. Right up here is where there's a white shade. And then these 4 right here are either glitters or a shimmer. We'll get into more of that. And then from here on out, they're all mattes. The mattes are really nice and creamy. This matte right here does have matte with shimmer in it, but that's about it. I think I want to do something like a dark pinky, purpley kind of a look. I think that's what I want to kind of go for to kind of match like my grunge aesthetic that we have going on today. So I'm going to go ahead. We're going to dive on into the swatches. I also want to pinpoint like this packaging. So beautiful. I love that. So here we are right here. This right here is that white shade. Next up is a glitter shimmer, a glitter that does not swatch very well, and another shimmer. Then moving on, this is the B row, B1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. These are definitely more like lighter kind of tones, more pink and more green and blue. Then we have the C row, which is a little bit more of those lighter shades, but these are more pink and purple. So you have C1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And then we have like this like pink, like this orangey with like a pink in it row. This one's a little bit like an orangey pink. And this is the D, so you got D1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And then finally down here, the last row, those really dark, deep grunge colors. This is the E row, so you have E1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So I'm going to start off right here with the shade called C3. And I'm just going to pick this up on my brush, coats the brush nicely, and we'll start focusing that in the crease and transition area. So first, right off the bat, wow, is this pigmented. Really pigmented, but I do find that basically where you first apply the pigment is kind of where it stays. It doesn't really want to blend out super well. Okay, let's see. It does okay with like a little bit of blending, but it's kind of looking patchy in some areas. So here's what I'm talking about. Like, do you see like this patchiness just like right there? And no matter how much I like blend or pack, it just continues to look really patchy. And I honestly don't ever have issues like that with very many shades. So it's a little bit disappointing. Let's go into the shade D5 right here. We're going to focus that a little bit lower down into the crease. Okay, yep, I'm kind of experiencing the same thing where once you put put it into the eyes, it just doesn't necessarily want to blend. And I kind of feel like this color is very similar to the one that we just put on. I don't really know it's providing a lot of depth, but like in the pan, like they kind of look a little bit different, but I don't know. Okay, just stay here and focus on building and blending. So then for outer corner, I'm going to go into the shade right here called E2. I think I am going to mix just a dab of like that E1 in it, just to give it a little bit more of like a purpley pink kind of vibe. Yeah, there we go. I think that looks okay. And I'm going to kind of bring that over a little bit more in the crease. Just because, again, I just don't feel like there's a whole lot of light depth and dimension. Just this palette. Maybe just me. Here's where my issue now lies. I have glitter primed my eyelids. I don't want to use any of the glitters at all. Not a huge fan. So I really only have like 2 shimmer options, and I don't really care for either with this look. Okay, let's just go into like the silvery type shade. Not necessarily my favorite with this look, I am not gonna lie. So I went ahead, I primed my face, I used my Bobbi Brown Vitamin Enriched Face Base all over the skin. I mean, look at that glow. And then I used the NYX Angel Veil. So now we're going to move on to the Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk Perfect Glow Flawless Foundation. Mine is in the shade 1.5. It says Perfect Glow Flawless Foundation. That's literally all that it says. And then it gives you the ingredients. Dun dun dun. Like, it doesn't give anything on like if this is supposed to be, you know, full coverage, medium coverage, nothing. Here's the bottle. Nice glass bottle, very cute cap, comes in this nice pump. Again, mine is in the shade 1.5. So I'm going to see what we get. Okay, so here's one pump. Let's see how well. Okay, this has a like a aerosol can kind of like scent to it. I don't know. Again, this is just one pump. Definitely see if we need any additional coverage. So now we're going to move on to concealer. I have the Lawless Conceal the Deal Full Coverage Concealer. Mine is in the shade Buttercream. So this is full coverage. Oh, that looks like it'd be nice and light for me. Maybe. Okay, interesting. So it's got like a paddle applicator, not so much like a doe foot. Ooh, very creamy. It feels like very, very creamy. Just me applying it. Wow. Huh. Okay. This is long wearing lightweight concealer, delivers a buildable to full coverage with a soft focus finish that feels fresh, comfortable, and virtually undetectable on the skin. Correct, brighten, blur, and highlight with this creamy formula that feels smooth and nearly weightless upon application. Naturally derived pigments deliver high performance payoff, while hydrating and toning properties keep the skin looking like skin throughout the day. Okay, well, so far I will say it does blend. Not like super easily as well. Like, so far I like that. I don't think that's a bad product at all. So we're gonna move on then into the powder. I'm not gonna do any other cream parts because we've got tons of other stuff to use. So this is the Glowish Luminous Pressed Powder. Mine is in 1 Fair. This is the love child of Huda Beauty and Wishful, where flawless finish intersects with skin caring ingredients for the ultimate glow. Buildable blurs and perfections. Okay, that's all that this says. For my under eyes, I am going to take my sponge. I'm going to get some of the powder up off my sponge and just start pressing that into my sponge. This color, I'm just going to say right off the bat, I don't necessarily know that this was made for fair skin. That looks very yellow. Does not look, I don't know, just doesn't look like that's light enough for me. It did set my under eyes nicely though. Like my under eyes that I set, like they're not looking like cakey, textured, anything like that. So then I'm going to take the rest of this powder on a brush and just kind of sweep it along my face where I'm going to put like powder products. Nothing on my nose or anything like that. So let's go ahead, let's focus on the lower lash line. I'm gonna start off with that E2 shade, which was that darkest color that we used on like the outer portion of our eye. And focus that right on up next to the waterline. We're just gonna take a pink brush and just run that right on down. Now we have the Glowish, the Cheeky Vegan Blush Powder. This is in the shade 01 Healthy Peach. So first of all, when I bought these were like $22. Look how little this is for $22. It's a little bit disappointing, to say the least. So I'm going to take my brush and just start applying this towards the back of the cheek and then slowly bring it forward. Does this even doesn't look like I'm putting anything on? Oh yeah, no. It's very light, so like just like because it's so bright outside, I don't have any like, you know, special like camera lights or anything. It's literally just like the outside. That it's probably looking like there's not any color, but I'm telling you, there's color and it's very beautiful. So then we have a highlighter to try, and this is the LYS Aim High Pressed Highlight Powder. This is in Brave, which is Champagne, which is the lightest shade that they had. But I think if you've been on my channel a while, that does not necessarily mean that it's light enough. So let's go ahead, let's pop this out. So again, it comes in like the cute, like sleek packaging, same as like the blushes that we tried. Here is the inside. That might be light enough actually. We're just going to take a nice fluffy highlight brush. It is really glittery, so I tapped it off and the glitters fell away, but I'm hoping that like the glow will still be there, just maybe not as like, I don't know, not as glittery. Oh yeah, definitely still glowy. Then we do have this Giorgio Armani Eyes to Kill Length and Volume Mascara. This is just like a little, like, I don't know, travel size, I guess. Not necessarily, maybe a little bit bigger than like a sample, but still. For as much as I paid for all of this, I would have liked a full size of the other things, but that's fine. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and we are going to start So here we are with like one coat, and again, it's just lengthened. I don't really see a lot of like volume. So I added another more volumizing mascara. I do have some mascara marks that I will be cleaning up, but overall it's not a bad mascara. My lashes look really nice. So overall I don't think it's a bad mascara. I think I probably wouldn't pay the price point that it is, but not bad. We are ready to talk lip options. So again, I purchased 3 more of these really cute Pat McGrath Bridgerton lipsticks. Seriously, they're the cutest. I love the packaging. I love the quality of the lipsticks. Or we could use this. Okay, listen, this is Giorgio Armani lips. Like look how much I got. I just can't even. So we're going to go ahead. We'll swatch the Giorgio Armani lip option. Okay, it's not like swatching the best, so I don't know. Okay, so it's like a very like nudie brown. So then moving on to the Pat McGrath one, we have Veiled Rose, which is this color right there. It's a pink, very light. Next up is going to be Infatuation. It's definitely a little bit more deep. So we have that. That actually looks really pretty and could seriously go really well. And then the last one is going to be Entranced. Ooh, and this is also a really deep one as well. So, oh, this is hard. I like these two the best. Okay, this is the part that's hard. Is, do I want to go with, let's go with Entranced. So I'm going to go find a lip liner, line my lips, and then we will go ahead and try this out. I've lined my lips, kind of blurred out the lines a little bit. I used Hoopty from ColourPop. I think this is going to go perfectly. So then we have Entranced, and I'm just going to focus that kind of towards like the center. So here's the final finished look. What do you guys think? I am absolutely enjoying this look. I love like the intensity on the eyes and the lips, but literally how like just soft and like natural, just like the cheeks and everything else looks. So let's go ahead, let's dive on into some of my thoughts on these products, what I would recommend you purchase, what I would say, yeah, probably don't need. So let's go ahead, let's dive on in. All right, so let's go from like the bottom of the pack to the top of the pack. So first off is this Giorgio Armani Eyes to Kill mascara. I don't think this is a bad mascara. It really definitely gave length and separation. If that is the only thing that you are looking for in a mascara, it did a phenomenal job of that. Definitely lengthened, definitely made them more defined, like darker, kept my lashes nice and curled, but it just didn't add any volume, and I need both length and volume for my lashes. So for me personally, I just have really good drugstore options that I really like. So this is really, really expensive. Throughout the video, I tried to put like the prices. So I definitely put like the full size price tag up there. And I just think like for the price tag that it is, I just don't think it's incredible when I have really, really good drugstore mascaras where I could get 2 of my combos, my Maybelline Sky High and the Falsies, for still less than what this mascara is. So for me, like, I just don't need that. The next thing that I'm going to talk about is this Norvina palette. I think it's a good palette. I think it's a decent palette. I think, you know, I did have some issues with it. There was a little bit of patchiness with one of the shades, but I think overall it was fine. And the reason why it's probably ranked a little bit lower is that you get 4 shimmer glitter options. And the fact is you only have 4 options and 2 of them are pressed glitters. The other thing is that like for the 2 shimmers that there are, you either get like the silver, blue, purple reflective shade, or you get like that one that was like really, really deep, like a deep, like it's almost like a deep blue kind of, and it has a little bit of a shift in it as well. So I really would have liked to have seen those glitters gone and had maybe like a lighter shimmer in it, maybe like a more pink shimmer, more purple shimmer, maybe something a little bit more green, you know, something like that, just to like add just like a little bit more to this palette. Other than that, I didn't really have an issue. In a way, it kind of reminds me of like what like the Blend Bunny Surge, like the Blend Bunny Surge palette. I'll post a picture of that right up here. It kind of reminds me of that with like how the layout is. The Blend Bunny Surge palette, you guys, is so good. Like that is good quality through and through. The metallics are wonderful, beautiful. You know, again, I just don't think, I just wish like these 2 right here glitters, and then these are your only 2 shimmer options. I feel like we could have done like something different. So yeah, just that's like the only part I really wanted to say about that. Also, I kind of noticed like wherever you put the shade, that's where it's going to stay, and you really have to like blend, 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 blend. So wasn't definitely like my all-time favorite palette. It's not a bad palette. I do enjoy it. If you think this is a color you would use, you don't mind the glitters, you like more matte looks, more matte colorful looks, I think you're really going to like this palette. The mattes were really, really nice and like smooth and soft. So overall, I think it's decent. Next up is going to be this blush. I don't really have an issue with this blush. I think like the blush color is really nice, really beautiful. It doesn't really emphasize any of my texture. I think my biggest issue with this right here is $22. This is $22 and look at this. This thing is tiny for $22. No, absolutely not. You can buy blushes that are like this that you either get more product and they might be a little bit more expensive, get more product and they're around the same price point, or get less product and get less expensive. Like, I don't know. Like, yeah, no. Moving on. Next up is going to be this Glow Wish powder. So the reason why I would probably rank this a little bit lower, this is very much a very glowy powder. Like it says, it's not like sitting here saying like it's not like this is a luminous pressed powder, which I don't mind. Like I actually think that like my skin looks really nice. I think it did a great job. The one issue that I'm having with this is just for me personally, like if this might work for your skin tone, is just how yellow this is in comparison to like my actual skin tone. It's just very yellow. And also it just kind of seems almost a little bit deeper, but I will say this is a beautiful powder. If you have really dry skin, you would like some luminosity in your powder, I think this is a great option. If you don't want luminosity in your powder, you're not going to like this. If you have really oily skin, you're trying to stay away from having your base look super luminous because it's going to be super luminous with your oils here in a couple of hours, stay away from this as well. But I have dry, leaning dry, like there is no oil on my face. Like I don't have any oil on my face. So having this in my collection, I really do enjoy it. And I think it's a great powder. So far my makeup is looking good. I don't have any complaints. We're going to talk about these little Pat McGrath lipsticks. I love these lipsticks. First of all, the packaging. First of all, I've never even seen Bridgerton. Just first and foremost, never seen it. I just get the collections to review them for you guys. But I've never seen Bridgerton. But like these are my favorite packaging that has come from the Bridgerton 2 collection. The rest of them were just like very cheap feeling, very cardboard-like, just not the best of quality. These are fantastic quality. I love the little bow. It's like a ceramic type feel, like it's just really nice. The lipsticks are also again super nice. They are super creamy, and one of the things that I really like about these is that they are really nice and creamy. I don't know if you can tell on camera, but you see that shine? It's almost like it has like a glossiness to it in a way. It's almost like you don't really need a gloss. I mean, obviously I put a gloss on top, but I mean, truthfully, like you could just like apply that with like a lip liner. And if you don't want something really intense and glossy, I think this is nice because it has that shine as if it is glossy. Feels really nice and comfortable, really creamy. Packaging is there. I really do enjoy those. Up is going to be the LYS highlighter. I love how nice and affordable LYS, especially from Sephora, because Sephora is definitely, you know, seen as like that bougie place to go and get makeup. You know, you're not going to find things that are like drugstore price like you would at Ulta. These are definitely like the bougie of the bouge. Like that's what you're going to get at Sephora. So the fact that they have this LYS brand that is super nice, super affordable. First of all, the quality of their products that I've tried so far is so good. I'm literally thinking about like just like buying all of their products and like doing like a full face using their products and see what we think. But this is really good. The reason why it's probably not ranked higher up there is it is definitely like a glittery-ish kind of highlighter. You can definitely like tap away the glitter. Of course, there's going to be a little bit of glitter that's there. I just like something that's maybe just like not as glittery. So for me, like that's the only qualm is I just don't want something like super glittery. There are times I do want a glittery highlighter. Like I'm not gonna lie, there are times where I'm like, I would like to have a nice glittery highlighter. But that's just not like all the time. But I do think that is a really, really, really good quality highlighter. Next up is this Lawless Conceal the Deal full coverage concealer. So I'm really impressed by this. Sometimes I find that like you know, I think it's nice to have like clean beauty. I do appreciate that. You know, try to use some as well, which is why I picked this up. But I have noticed sometimes there have been products where like they claim that they're clean. Like Pacifica is a brand that's clean, but I have had some really like hit or miss products with them, and some of them, like when they are a miss, they are an absolute miss. And so, you know, in a way it can kind of turn you off to some clean products. So I was kind of like, you know, this says full coverage concealer. How well is this going to go? But like honestly, it covered up my dark circles. Like you can see the indents that I have under my eyes, but you don't really see like the dark purpliness. You just see like the indentations that I have. It was really nice, creamy and hydrating. I think that like it still looks really nice. I have obviously folds in my eyes. Like it's life. Okay. And so I think this was really nice. Now, I don't think this is necessarily as good as like my LYS or my ABH. Those are seriously like, and I really like the NYX concealer as well. Like those are like the ones that are like my ride or die, but this is really, really good as well. Like I've only used this one time, so I can't say I love it more than those other ones, but I could keep playing around with this and find out that I really do love that. I think that's a really good product. The last one, my all-time favorite, and I hate that this is my favorite, but this is the Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk. You don't need a lot of this for this to be able to cover your face. The one pump produced like a really tiny dot, but I put it on and it covered a good portion. And then I just took like half of a pump and like applied it where I needed it. And my skin just looks so good. It looks fantastic. I love the glow that it gives. I love the coverage that it gives. I love that it doesn't emphasize my dry patches. I love how like my nose is usually my problem area. Like foundations just look awful on my nose. Like it does not matter what kind of foundation it is, tinted moisturizer, tinted serum. Like it just does not matter. It just does not look really good on my nose. I think this is probably one of like the better foundations that does look pretty okay on my nose. Like again, you know, it's not like the best on my nose. Again, my nose is just a problem area. Like there is nothing I can do about that. I can go get like an exfoliation at the spa, you know, whatever else, and my nose still looks rough. So, you know, I don't know what it is, but this is really, really nice. All right, so that is it for today's video. I hope that you all enjoyed. If you did, then definitely give this video a thumbs up. Don't forget, hit that subscribe button. Join this dumpster fire of a family. It's definitely a dumpster fire. So definitely join, and I will see you all in my next one. Bye.